This phone call highlights the gap, the very, very big gap and lack of awareness. The fact that this is all that's available and the government actually sees this as good enough. I'm here to tell you right now, it's not. It's not good enough. It is not good enough.
Hello, this is Lifeline. May we help you?
Hi.
Hello.
A lot of people tell me in the system that you guys are the people to call. So, I have so many
Okay.
questions. I have so many questions
Mm-hmm.
for our system around suicide prevention, and I've been wanting to die for a good couple of years now. I just don't want to be alive. And apparently the answer to that is to call you guys, and then if I can't take it, I'm going to have to get police involved and taken to a psych ward. And I was just wondering how that actually prevents suicide, because when it happened to me, it actually just makes me want to die even more.
Okay. You talked about suicide. Have you taken any actions towards that today?
Not today, not recently, but it's something that has happened in the past.
In the
And
past?
and I have for a good couple of years now consistently every single minute of every single day I don't want to be on earth. And I feel like that's my right, but apparently that makes me have a mental problem that needs police and antipsychotics. And I was just wondering, I wanted to understand that as the suicide prevention.
Okay. So you've reached the Lifeline to talk about your lingering thoughts of suicide, and then you made a previous attempt, and you want to know more about suicide prevention.
Yeah, because it doesn't, like, what's gonna, like, if someone like yourself has to call in, like right now I'm not suicidal, I'm not thinking of doing anything, but I don't want to be here. That's just a fact. I'm alive because I have pets. I'm alive because if it doesn't work, I'm going to get institutionalized, and I feel like I'm just sort of trapped on this planet and I don't want to be here. But just the fact that I feel that way brands me as crazy and needing police and pills and hospitals. And I was just wondering why humans don't have that right.
Thank you for sharing. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Oh, yes, I thought I lost you for a moment.
No.
Mm, mm. So thanks for sharing your...
Is that literally all you're gonna, is that your response? That you're not gonna answer me? You can't answer me?
The question you ask,
Yeah.
everyone has different values.
Mm.
And then I'm here to explore your feelings. It's not really my call to say whether what you're thinking is right or wrong.
No, but it doesn't, what you guys think prevents people like me wanting to die doesn't. So I was wanting to understand why this is the way of handling it. Call Lifeline, police, hospital, straight back out, exactly the same living. Like it's a loop and a cycle, and it actually gets worse and more traumatizing every time. Welfare checks and hospitals and police are involved, but nothing happens to stop that feeling in life. Like if I was suicidal right now, you guys would intervene. I'd have a time in a psych ward. I'd be given pills. I'd be put on a security like alert watch, but no one would help me not want to die.
It sounds like you've done this before, and then during the course you felt a lot of frustration and anger. Have I got that right?
Frustration and anger.
You said that you've been re-traumatized because of the procedure followed by the phone call to Lifeline.
Yeah, but it's not frustration or anger. This is meant to be suicide prevention. Like how, if someone in Australia wants to die, what's available to help them not want to die? Call you guys, everyone says, but you guys aren't qualified. You're just sitting there going, yeah, okay, thanks, like letting us vent. And then if we do indicate that we want to end our lives, you transfer it over to the authorities. But how does that stop someone wanting to die? How does that prevent suicide? It stops the act in the moment and it keeps the numbers down, but it doesn't stop the person wanting to die or do anything to change that situation that brought them to that.
Yeah, it's a valid question to ask, and then
no one can answer it. They all refer me to you guys, and then you guys can't answer it either.
Some people call Lifeline in crisis, and then just talking to somebody else, it can reduce their distress level, and in doing so, we strive to
yeah, but that's in the moment.
Something. Yeah, but not always, as you said. Not always. It's not always effective.
It's in the moment, though. It's not going to stop them wanting to die or change anything in their situation. It's just going to stop them pulling the trigger or, taking those pills or whatever they're thinking of at the time. But it's not going to change what brought them there, which means they're just going to get there again. They don't have real support. So if calling Lifeline's the only thing available, it's not real support because it's a stranger on the end of the phone who doesn't know them who's going to be gone as soon as the phone call ends.
You said, Emma, the support system. It sounds like you've gone through, the procedure with the Lifeline. It sounds like you actually know how this works.
Yeah, because I've tried, like for example, a couple of weeks ago, I had a court hearing and I was traumatized during it, and it triggered some really traumatizing stuff for me. And I was begging the court staff, because it was on the video, and telling them that it was what it was doing to me. And literally, they just said, call Lifeline. It's always call Lifeline, call Lifeline. Not help with what's happening. Like, no one cares and everyone just wants to palm it off, but it doesn't resolve it. Like, it doesn't. It's almost like you guys are psychologically imprisoning people, because it's like you don't want them to take their lives, but you don't want to help them with their lives. You just don't want them to end it. It doesn't matter how they live or how much they suffer, as long as they don't die on your watch, kind of thing. And it's like, it doesn't help us down here feel that we have a reason to live or any hope at, getting help.
I'm hearing your frustration that this is the service available and that it does not fully solve your issues at the root of suicide.
So what am I supposed to do? Just call Lifeline every day because I want to be dead every day? Or am I supposed to just go and walk into a mental institution and get drugged up? Like, are those really the only options in this country?
Last couple of phone calls you've had so far with Lifeline, have you had referrals?
No, because no one even knows what my disorder is. I can't get treated for complex trauma because Australia is the GPs are only using the DSM-5 and they're our first point of contact. CPTSD is not in the DSM-5, it's in the ICD-11. They're not using it, so they're not diagnosing us, and we're slipping through the cracks and no one will help us. And then when we come undone, it's call Lifeline. And then no one can give us a referral because no one knows what it is. All people care about is that I just don't kill myself right now today, or that I don't have a plan to do it anytime soon. And if I do, it's wee-yong. So as if I would even tell anyone anyway. I've got my pets, so as long as I have them. But do you think it's fair that I should have to live like this?
Again, I can hear that you are doing as much as you can as you are told in your situation. And I can, even though you're saying it's not, but I can clearly hear your frustration and anger towards the services available in Australia.
It's more than that. It goes beyond anger. I'm livid. I'm disgusted. And it's not even frustration. I'm in agony. I'm in pain. I am sick. People are sick. People are wanting to be dead. People are living like we're in a third world because the help that people say is available isn't. And no one has a clue and no one wants to take responsibility. So we're just down here left to die, but not allowed to die. We just get to die slowly and rot away as long as we don't want to, we don't get to end our own suffering sooner.
So it sounds like you are in extreme amounts of agony.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a bit of a hopelessness because you've tried everything within your power and then still you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what you feel.
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
Yeah, so what happens if you reach out to, say, I don't know, 1,000 people and they all say, sorry, not my department. And then one day they all see on the news, oh, I didn't help her and now she's dead hanging from a tree. Like, no one cares.
I am listening. I actually do care. I really want to know deeply what you're going through and how long you have been suffering.
I was born with trauma and the system has only made it worse every time they say they're helping me. And now people like me are conspiracy theorists. Kids like me who grew up wanting to be a police officer, volunteering, giving and doing all the right things, to just end up in the trash because no one will help. There are kids out there who are at the beginning of the same journey as me. If a girl goes out today and gets raped, the help is not there, truly, to help her get out of it. If someone becomes homeless, a veteran comes back from war, none of it. The help's not available. It's all links, forms, lifelines, pills. And if you don't like it, it's institutionalization and conspiracy theorists and you're a nuisance and a problem and how can we make this go away? And if you dare try to end it, you're crazy.
I can hear your despair and agony. It's like it's in every single sentence that you are actually saying.
And this is the voice of millions down here. We have a government who doesn't see it's a crisis when you have a mother and a child living in a tent. It's not a crisis. It's not emergency. That's not me. I'm talking about the families out there, and there's so much going on down here, and it's.
And you feel other people's pain like yours.
Yeah, I see it every day. You know, I can't live around people anymore. I'm out in the trees alone in the forest. And every time I take my dog to the park or the beach, I meet someone else. And I've met so many ladies in their 60s and 70s alone with their dog out in the trees because they can't.
You're a very caring person. Not everyone feels other people's pain to their own, as if it's their own. But
Well, I'm living it so I can relate and I know what they're going through, and to see that it's just everywhere, and then you go on TV and social media and everyone's acting like life is good, and it's not. It is not. There is a lot of pain and suffering, and anyone who is actually doing the right thing is going to end up worse off. It's like it's turned into a really dirty world out there, and if you want to be honest and good, you are going to suffer unless you're just a robot.
So you see a lot of unfairness, injustice in the world, and you feel their pain.
Well, I've been living it myself. It's now it's mirroring. I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm recognizing it and understanding it's not just me. It's too common. And you have people such as, like, when I say yourselves, I don't mean you personally. It's people in the system, people in jobs with homes and families and lives, and you know, if something happens to you, you get support, you get help, you know where to go, you don't have your voice taken from you, you're not a piece of crap, you're worth it, you're worth helping. So
you are worth helping as well. That's why I'm actually willing to be here, listening to your pain while you're going through all those things, believing.
which is nice, but it's not gonna change me, is it?
I know it's not gonna change. I can't fix everything. I can't. No one actually can.
No one can, but we're expected to live in it. If I have a disorder that the doctors don't even know about or help with, it's not normal. It's not normal to go into a GP in 2026 and say, I have complex trauma. I'm having all these symptoms, all these things. And they say it's a delusion in your head. It's people with trauma think they've got pain, think they've got symptoms, and they give you a freaking antipsychotic. Trauma has been studied for decades. It's neurological. It's the nervous system. You need to treat it head to toe. But we get worse, and then we start developing illnesses and diseases and mental health issues.
You're furious because you're not even taken seriously by all those medical professionals.
But then you guys don't want me to end my pain. If you can't help someone and you can't end their pain, why? If you're in a bad relationship, if you're in an abusive relationship that's not working for you, you leave. Yeah? You've got people migrate to other countries because of how bad it is, they leave. If your boss is treating you like crap, you get a new job, you leave. So what happens if life is agony every day for your whole life? There's no help available. Your disorder is not even existing because no one will. You don't have a home, you don't have friends, you don't have a family except one grandma who's going to be gone soon and she can't know what's going on anyway. So, like, what are you meant to do? Just live out alone in the trees, in agony, rolling around in your piss, calling Lifeline every day so you don't top yourself? Is that really all we've got?
I mean, all those mental health services in Australia, I want to believe they are trying. Some, not everyone, but some at least are trying to do their best. And just same as here. And I am really personally sorry to hear that you had to go through all those nasty.
It's been decades, and because I'm 42, I've been seeing shrinks my whole bloody life, and no one can help with trauma because Australia doesn't have the knowledge or the awareness. And as long as Labor and McBride are up there with all their bloody pills, it's never going to change.
It is hard to change the whole system. The system is failing you. I can hear that.
The mental health minister's background is in pharmaceuticals. It's never going to change.
You said earlier that you were born with trauma.
Yeah. My dad was already abusing my mum and beating her up while she was pregnant with me. And when I was little, like, even as a toddler, like, he was getting me drunk and doing all kinds of things. Like, I was abused my whole life. Like, I never had a moment of...
That must be really hard for you, really. I don't know.
People...
I don't know what to say.
Just a rag doll, mate. Like, people are just... Kids like that don't have a chance in Australia because if you're born into abuse, once you get away from the abuse, you need to recover from that. And my mum's side of the family might not have physically abused me, but they psychologically and emotionally did, and I never got any help from the system or the government. So it's like, it just builds on. Then you end up in shitty relationships, shitty situations, more abuse, more trauma. Like, you don't have a chance.
Well, I can hear that you've gone through a lot, but despite the system keep failing you, and you're still standing, calling, and talking to me your personal story. How have you managed this far?
My pets, even when I became homeless, I can't live without them. I don't want to be alive, and they force me to get up because I just love them so much. I'm not going to let them suffer, and go through trauma so as long as I have them, I will keep getting up for them. But I don't want to be here. And some days I actually start feeling resentment towards them, like they're forcing me to...
I think it's only natural to feel that kind of mixed feeling, given that you've gone that much trauma. But it sounds like most of the time your pets are the reasons that keep you wake up and do things, get through the day.
Yeah, but the way my trauma and my wiring is, every day I have to tell myself positive things about my pets because my pain and my agony is starting to associate them with the reason. Like, if it wasn't for them, I could just go. I could end my pain. So I'm having to battle these really yucky... They're all I've got. And they need me.
And what are the positive things about the pets? You said, you go for a walk as well, but...
Yeah, it's only so much.
In what other ways do they give you comfort?
Just the responsibility of being needed and just that someone out there loves you even though it's not a human. Like, I've only ever felt love from my pets. I've never... Well, one ex I felt it from, but most of my life I've never really felt love. I've always felt that I've been useful and that as soon as I'm not available or as soon as I stop people pleasing and I am not that doormat, they suddenly don't love me. So it wasn't real love.
But it sounds like you are getting the unconditional love from your pets.
Yeah, but then it's also...
Every day.
Yeah. It's unfair on them though, isn't it?
You've got good friends there.
Sorry?
you've got good friends there.
Yeah, but you don't have anyone to talk to. Like, I don't have a single person to talk to.
You're talking to me. I'm a human being.
Yeah, but you're paid. You're
I
paid.
know. Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you sometimes talk to what's the name of your dog? You said you've got
Sadie.
Hmm?
Sadie.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you talk to baby at times as well?
Oh yeah, I have full blown. Like I talk. She's everywhere I go. We're just together, and I talk to her all the time. But
So she's dependent on you.
yeah, she's been heavily affected by my trauma and my mental health. The more traumatized I get, the more it affects her, because she gets really scared when I'm not okay, and I've been really traumatized lately with stuff that's going on with court, and when I'm getting triggered, it terrifies her, so she's got anxiety over what's happened the last few weeks.
She's very sensitive to your feelings.
Yeah, but I've also been like yelling and stuff, so I scared her. And that makes
Does walking, walking your dog, baby, help you to, I don't know, feel less pain? Does it bring some comfort when you do that?
yes and no, because I also have the pain of I'm letting her down, and we're out in isolation, and she's dealing with my anxiety and my trauma, and she doesn't get to socialize as much. I don't have a fridge, so even though she gets her biscuits every day, she doesn't get meat every day. She only gets it like a few times a week. So I feel like I'm just letting her down a lot.
But it sounds like you are doing everything you can.
Yeah.
And you are acknowledging that sometimes, when you are anxious, when you are affected by your anxiety and trauma a bit more, and then you are not very kind to her, you acknowledge that one as well. You acknowledge the pain, it can cause to your dog. That's caring.
Yeah. It's affecting them all. Like, I've got a rabbit who's 10 years old, and she's got long hair, and when you shave a rabbit, you have to be really careful because of their skin. If you cut them, they can bleed out and just die. And because I'm so anxious and traumatized and triggered and messed up, I'm too shaky and I can't shave her by myself. So her hair's all getting matted, and it's like I'm not taking care of them because of how messed up I am. And they deserve better. But she's 10, and she can't go to a new home at 10. She's already ready to die, like in this next month or year or something. Like, I can't. And it's like I've been trying to find how to get her put down, just to put.
That must be very concerning.
That particular pet's more than a pet to me. Like, I've got 4 pets.
You've got 4 pets. You are a busy mom.
Yeah, but she's the only one. Like, I love all my pets, but she's got a big piece of my heart. I wouldn't be alive without her. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go on.
I was just going to say I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for that rabbit.
I can hear that. How are you feeling better? How are you feeling, actually?
No different, but it's okay, because I know we can't spend our whole life just talking to Lifeline. Lifeline can't make the feeling go away. It is what it is. That's just how we have to live. There is no out.
What you are feeling is genuine if you are feeling like that. And then but still acknowledging that you are trying to continuously live your life. day by day, doing your bit.
But why is that a good thing? I'm living in agony and no one will help me and I've got nothing and I'm homeless. Why is it a good thing that I still, like, good on me? Like, why is that the mindset? What's so good about that?
Whether you believe or not, I have a hope for you because you've called the lifeline, because you want to process this, you want to find a way out. You keep trying.
But if the country's not, the country does literally not have what's available to help people like me, how is that going to change?
We can always just hope, right? Sometimes, I mean, the government system, the mental services, the subsidy we get, it's sometimes not our call, and it's not at the level we wish they were. But what I hear is still in those unfairness, you are trying to be caring for your pets, for those other people that are struggling. And also you are calling Lifeline, even though we can't solve your problem, but still you are trying.
So what do I do next? So I end this call with you. I feel exactly the same. Nothing has changed. What do I do?
That's a good question. Let's talk about this. I want to go back to your pets because to me, they are your anchors in your life. And then you feel that responsibility, and then that responsibility is holding you here. So
yeah, but I don't want to be here though. How can I change either the fact that I don't want to be here or what's making me not want to be here? Or is it just good that I am staying alive and staying in agony with nothing?
You've got your pets to begin with, okay? I know, and I'm not, okay? You can always call back, even though we do so little, but still you can call and then talk.
That was a really nice way of saying that there is nothing to do.
Okay. You're right. You are right in your own way.
Okay. Well,
at the moment, I can see you are not seeing any hope, but I sincerely hope that one day you can see that one for you as well, and then someone will be there to help you see that too.
That day will come, the day that the Australian health system and government recognise complex trauma and treat it properly. Until that day comes, people like me are going to continue to isolate, suffer, and want to die. It's just a fact.
And try to depend on each other, depend on your pets, depend on just a little services like Lifeline as well, whenever you feel the need.
The need to just continue living in agony.
Continue to talk, continue to say you are still there no matter what.
I deserve to be here, not in pain. So if my only option is to be here in pain, I don't see that as something worth celebrating.
But I've heard your story today.
Sorry?
I got to know you. Today, I've heard you. You are saying your voice miss, but I've heard your voice very clearly.
Yeah, and then you're going to take another call and forget it. It's not going to change anything for what we need to actually, like, I'm grateful that you're there, but at the end of the day, it's your job, and I'm going to get off this call and still be in agony, and you're going to get off this call and just move on and say the same thing to the next person. And you know that's the truth, and I'm not trying to be rude. It's the sad reality, isn't it?
Yeah, I am sorry to hear that. That's how you feel, but again, as I said, you can always call.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Call and listen.
I'm gonna go now because I know you need to go, but I want to end this with something for you. You say you care and that you heard me, yeah?
Yes.
I would like, as a human, if that's true, please reflect later on after your shift, whatever it is, anyone you know, if you ever hear the term CPTSD, complex trauma, try and really actually learn about what it is and understand it, because there's a lot of it down here, and it's the lack of awareness that is stopping people moving forward. So the more that the awareness gets out there and the less invisible we are, we're going to get understood and treated when people actually understand what it is and what they're dealing with through all areas of the government or the health, or, you know, even you guys.
Okay. You said the CPTSD, complex trauma?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Yes,
Okay.
because you would be getting a lot of people calling through who have it, and it's just worth learning about it.
I will.
Thank
And
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too. You take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. There we go.